Put them back together, made me think that they were alright.
What's up everybody, it's Rocky back again on the channel. You guys are watching Fluffy Flamingos, where we teach you how to make magic and how to better your films. Today we are talking about the spring. The spring is a card flourish that almost the entire world knows about. This is the most famous card flourish in my opinion. Everyone that knows about a magician probably knows this flourish. The movement is basically just pressing the card so that it will spring from one hand to the other. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. Okay guys, so let's get into this tutorial on the spring flourish. I also want to apologize for the footage and why this video was late. I went to go edit it last night and some of the footage was missing. No idea where it went. However, we're going to do this today. We're going to post it today on Tuesday. So let's do this. Today we're going to be using the blue dragonback bicycle playing cards. So the spring is actually only 2 steps. But there's just a couple tips I want to go over to make sure that you guys can get the best out of this experience. So a lot of people, I've seen them actually spring cards like this. And that's what's known as disgusting. Because what they're doing is they're actually gripping the cards with their entire hand like a cuff. And you don't want that. You only want to bend the corners of the deck of playing cards. You just need to get your thumb on the bottom left corner and then your index and middle finger on the top corner and making kind of like a little wrap around the corner. And that's all you ever really need in order to spring. The first step is your positioning of the hand. Please do not ever cuff the cards. It'll give your hands less focus. And you're actually using much more muscle when you're doing that. Me, all I'm using are my thumbs and my pointer and middle finger, and that's it. The rest of my fingers just lay back. They're just on the side. Now as for the second step, now that you have your position of the hand, all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze. Now, you guys, the muscles in your hands aren't built to do this just yet. That's why it's so hard for beginners, but I've been doing this for so long, it's very natural to just do that whenever I want. It's super duper easy for me. So you guys might get a little bit stuck, so just get in your position, and then if you need help, just push with your index finger inward, and then you can very naturally start to spring those cards. By pressing that deck, what's going to naturally happen is those cards are going to fly out. And that is the entire spring. So those are the 2 steps. Now as for the tips, again, like I said, your muscles have not formed to do this just yet. So what that means is basically, if you're going to do this, make sure that you're on a bed or a couch or something, so that you're going to drop these cards a lot, because what's going to happen is as you're springing, it's going to look a lot like this. That is going to be your spring on the first time around. It's going to be very full of spurts, lots of pauses, because again, your muscles, they're not that strong yet to do this flourish, and it's going to take a lot of practice. That would be another good tip, is that if you don't want to drop the cards and you're in public and you want to practice, just get in your position and then just put it like right up against your hand and just spring as best as you can. But those are the essential tips, is just the position, squeeze as hard as you can, and just learn to control it by doing it over and over again. And that's it. That's the tutorial. That's the entire tutorial for today, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know it's a very simple flourish, but it's kind of hard to get down. But as soon as you learn this one, this is the gateway to all other flourishing. This is the first one I ever learned aside from dribbling. But after I learned about that, I started learning cuts and other flourishes, and it just kind of exploded for me. Cardistry is such a beautiful thing, and I love cardistry. I'm not amazing at it, but I love learning it, and it's so much discipline into it, trying to train your hands to make those movements. This is something that has become very easy for me, just to spring it just out of nowhere, you know, just very casual. But I promise if you keep practicing, it will get natural. It'll seem very easy. It won't strain the muscles in your hand. You'll just be able to do it no problem. So just keep practicing. My name is Rocky, and you guys have been watching Fluffy Flamingos. Stay tuned for Wednesday. We have another segment for Fluffy Hour. I will see you guys then. Have a great week. Oh.